this, you guys can kind of answer together and just kind of go back and forth or whatever. But what does it mean to you to be a part of SAIC?
I think for me, as I had stated before, in being my first year principal, now going into my full second year, I think it has been the one thing that has kind of kept me going and encouraged me. It feels like the right thing to do for my school and my teachers and my kids, because it's a lot of different people being able to kind of give me their insights, whether it's a psychologist or a person at a community college or another principal who has more experience than me, professionals who are kind of out there, and teachers from other aspects of education, all kind of coming together to say, hey, we tried this, hey, this works. And I think that's hugely important, because a lot of times you're working in a silo in education where you're by yourself and you're just struggling and trying stuff but not able to talk about it with anyone. And I think this is just really important. I feel like it's some of the best work that I've ever done in my educational career.
All right, and I agree with what Michele said too. But for me, I'm the only middle school in my district. And so I had no other places to go besides, DOE or the state level. And a lot of times when you go there, you only hear the good. SAIC has allowed me to partner with Michele. We share the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it's also given my teachers a whole new level to work at. So when they're trying out things in their classroom, it's not just me saying, oh, this is a good idea, or that's not, or try this. They've got a whole group of researchers that they can sort of talk to and go back and forth with, share what they're learning, share what they found out. The researchers can give them ideas of what to try next and somehow help them do a little bit of analysis with what they're finding out as well. So it's really provided me as a leader a wonderful network of experts to go to when I have questions, but it's also provided this wonderful partnership with another middle school. And as principals, we're constantly bouncing ideas off each other, and it's really a nice, safe platform to truly share what's going on and what didn't work and what did work. And I've never experienced anything like it. Being involved with SAIC has changed the way my school functions and runs, mostly because for years, and I've been a principal now for 13 years, and it was always about the big rollouts and what's our initiative for this year and what are we going to make everybody do. SAIC is totally different than that. It's provided my teachers with many different on-ramps to get into improvement work. It's also really cemented the idea of making these small changes on a small level, figuring out, okay, what works in this setting and what didn't work, tweak it, then get it and say, okay, you know what, this worked in my class, let's try it in a second class and see how that works. And we'll tweak it and tweak it and tweak it. And then once we get it working in several classes in my school, we can share with Michele and say, okay, in a similar middle school, how's that working? And we'll try those small changes. So we no longer are rolling out those big initiatives that are half-baked. And then you roll out these big initiatives and then there's a problem, and now your whole school is having a problem. It's much easier to figure out what doesn't work on a small level, get it figured out, worked right, and then spread it on a larger level.
I think I would agree with Nancy and add to that, I guess. What was nice about the work that we did with SAIC is it wasn't about everyone telling us, like Nancy said, the answers, or this is what you should do, or here's this curriculum, use this. We were respected as individuals in a school and as professionals, saying, hey, what's in your school that's going on? What's happening? And I think it was the first time I've had anybody ask me. Usually people are telling me what it is I need to do or telling me about my school. My teachers and I could sit and talk about what we see and what we experience and the data that we have. And then at SAIC, other people would kind of question with us and get us to figure out where we want to head, but it was our ideas, it was what we wanted to do, we had ownership of that. And I think that was nice for everyone involved, from teachers to myself, to any of the professionals in my school, because we felt like it was our work, and it made us feel feel good about what we were doing and positive, and it was just totally different than anything I've ever
Right.
experienced.
And it's created a different relationship with research and researchers. In schools, for years and years and years, you would wait until this research showered down on you, and then you would do it. Whereas this, it's so wonderful to link educators with the researchers, because the researchers are hungry to hear from the educators. And the educators feel wonderful sharing what they're seeing and what they're learning with the researchers. And the research becomes real now. We can implement research that's just on the cutting edge, but showing great results. And we can try it out in a small test, and see okay, is that working? Is that valid?